welcome back. It's your girl Briera, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I would like to first and foremost thank our Heavenly Parents, Mother, Father, Source of Creation, for giving me this opportunity to be here with you today. I would like to do a quick angel guide oracle reading for the Aries. This will be an angel guide oracle reading that helps to focus on your strength, heart, and guidance at this time. I would like to call on the Holy Spirit and my spirit team to please come to my side to help me deliver divine messages that is of the highest white light. Remember, these messages are general, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? So let's just jump right into your angel guide oracle reading, Aries, and see what your strength is at this time and what's in your favor in the current situation. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you for the team. This is for Aries. That song, it's fine. It's fine. You know, I was all like remembering that, like, I was all like, well, you know, I don't really like musicals, right? You know, I don't really like musicals that much. But every time a moment happens or every time something, it's always a song. It's like, I have a perfect song for that. It's like, for someone that doesn't really like musicals, you sure do always have a song for everything. But it's okay. Let's see what the strength is for Aries. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. It's for Aries. Oh, it's quite a bit that flipped over. Just a few. Halls of Learning, Soul Star Activation, and Ancestral Realm. Okay. Okay. I feel like you have to remember that creating does truly take effort, okay? And I feel like it's about being more courageous and more creative with how you go about achieving your goals, you know? I feel like it's very important to remember that you aren't flawed in any way, you know? And you just have boundaries and you have to stand strong and be consistent with your boundaries that you have, you know, and no one should feel like they reign some type of superior over you where they can just you know, mistreat you and the boundaries you set for yourself, you know, or a situation. I feel like continue to be in this energy of forgiveness, you know, forgiving yourself and, you know, forgiving others truly, but truly like making sure that you are understanding that it's about creating, you know, it's about creating the life that you truly want. So it's okay if things are uncomfortable, you know, that is, you know, contributing to the bigger picture. So you got to just stay in that energy of like making sure that you aren't allowing yourself to get lost in situations that truly doesn't help you to elevate to a new perspective or a new phase of your life. It's all about making sure that your heart is open and you have boundaries set and you are fulfilling your soul contracts. You are remembering who you are. You aren't allowing yourself to get lost in the illusion of what can be or the possibilities of what can be, but being present in who you are and being confident and courageous with the goals and the creativity that comes from you staying true to being who you are, you know? And I feel like continue to open your intuition. And, you know, I feel like if you feel like something doesn't need to be right now because of the conflicts and things that probably is going on, the messiness that's probably like going on, then I will just be in this energy of not being overly suspicious, and just reclaim your mind, see the win-win outcome for yourself, you know. I feel like it's all about healing the lineage, you know, learning these great lessons, understanding that fertility isn't just about uh, conception, bringing life into the world as in a human being, but like bringing life into the world as in your creativity of being just yourself, and the things that comes from your mind and your ability to see things that others probably don't see in certain ways, and being creative with how you express that to the world. I feel like you're very beautiful, okay? And whatever the new direction is for you, just make sure that it's truly fitting for who you are, you know, like it's not like oh, but it's truly who you are, and you are confident with who you are and where you are going, you know. I feel like there's nothing wrong with slow and steady, especially when passion, as being human beings, it plays a big factor in it. I know people, it's just, but passion, it plays a big factor. So you just have to stay focused, okay? What's the blessings that Aries carries in their heart? Karmic board clearing, okay? Karmic board clearing. And I feel like, you know, yeah, just rewrite your story, okay? I feel like by you not caring so much about the outer appearance, I feel like continue to be the example, you know, continue to create the life that you truly want for yourself if you haven't already, but continue to just do the things that make you set tones and be examples, you know, that it's not all about what's on the outer appearance, because you live through things that until you actually claim it to be, or until you actually put your mind focusing on the negative aspect of a situation, or you, or something flawed about who you possibly is, then that's when it becomes something. But until then, you are just living your life. You don't see that this is something wrong, because you aren't like seeing the negativity. You see that there's peace and contentment within you. There is you still achieving goals. There is you still getting up and being happy and being thankful and being humble and loving on people and showing people different things. That is something that you're more focused on than, you know, what is negative about how you may appear to look on the outside. So I feel like that's very important, that you continue to live your truth and be someone that energetically clears things, and see, you know, not be ashamed, like, you know, don't have this shame, you know, forgive yourself and others, because you are truly worthy of love. And make sure that you are setting the tone and being an example of, you know, this is who I am, and I'm going to go, I'm going to slow down, I'm going to pause, and I'm going to do things and set boundaries. And especially if I'm alone and I'm doing this alone, I'm going to do it my way, and I'm going to show that it doesn't have to be, you know, this way specifically, but it is tailored for the individual. So I feel like that's something you just have to continue to focus on, Aries, okay? I feel like take time to truly breathe and think. Make sure you are seeing your vision for what it truly is. And don't be in this energy of distrust and disbelief. And if you are, you have to really give yourself real reason why you are. What could it possibly be, you know? So, but I feel like someone does truly make you whole and complete. So continue to allow for that new cycle of love to begin, you know, for yourself especially. What's the guidance for Aries? Orion activation. Not everyone had Not everyone's been through the process though, you know, and I feel like that's something that's why you shouldn't rush things and why you shouldn't jump to conclusions, because it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of stop and go and slowing down, and you know, it takes a lot of figuring out. So, you know, but continue to pace yourself and understand who you are and what you bring to the table or your relationship or whatever the case may be. It's like the world that you want to see, but be in that energy of seeing the God incidences for what they are, being more courageous and joyful. I feel like you have to, like I was saying earlier, that new direction, just make sure that new direction is truly, you know, one of sacredness, one of joy and happiness, that you can be who you are. You don't have to be in this energy of harbor and resentment or anything like that. It's change, it's growth, it's learning these lessons, elevating, respecting yourself and others, integrity. Trusting in the manifestations, you know. What's this house of learning with soul star activation and next history right? House of learning with soul star activation and ancestral realm. Of learning with soul star activation, ancestral realm. The 10 of Pentacles, okay. I feel like you have to, I feel like continue to make sure that you are listening to others, having this empathy, making sure that the boundaries that is set, that you are respecting them. I feel like especially when it comes to your community and your family, okay? Because sometimes you have to see that we spend more time at our jobs and, you know, helping others see our point of view, you know. So sometimes you have to understand that some people, we have these boundaries that we need to respect about one another. It's not about what is below the belt, or what isn't acceptable, but it's just about a respecting, you know. How would you, if you know that you don't mean any harm, you're not going to like hit yourself below the belt. So you wouldn't want to do that to someone else, you know. So I'm just like seeing that you just have to sometimes just be reminded that everyone still is living and experiencing life, and you just never know what someone is already juggling before something else is added on. So although we are in this energy of great lessons, it is still best to make sure that you are highlighting that no one is truly better than the next. No one is truly flawed in any way. We all have things about ourselves, and we all see the world differently. So we just need to continue to move forward and be in this integrity-based thought process to be able to achieve the best possible outcomes, okay? So I feel like it's all about that fertility energy, bringing more love into situations. Why the 10 of Pentacles? Yeah, I was just going to say that. Something about someone tried to rob someone with the 5 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. Something is significant about a situation that just this resistant of change, okay? This resistant of change. And it's just causing a lot more conflict, you know? It's like all this wanting to gain material things over emotional wealth and intelligence is really it really brings a lot of trouble and fear, okay? Because it's all about your stability, making sure that, you know, God is what's your moral compass is actually pointing you into the direction of making sure that, you know, you have things on lock at home first, man. Rooted and grounded, and making sure things are one way, but you got to make sure things are all the way around, okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. When someone doesn't know what direction that the community is really moving into, and I feel like that makes someone really nervous. Okay. This is karmic warrior clearing. Oh. An Ace of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Fool, Star, and Queen of Swords. I feel like, yeah, you have to just rewrite your story. Like I said, it's not all about gaining things. It's about truly allowing for yourself to be creative, to be courageous, to take leaps of faith, to make sure that you are living your truth. You are rewriting your story. You are seeing the hope, you know. You are seeing the love that is within every situation by you truly harmonizing your mind and your body. Seeing the win-win that is within your own personal life and situations. Let's just keep going. Right. With the Knight of Cups, I feel like, yeah, it's like before someone could do something, they had to really move things out of the way, you know. And I feel like, especially when it comes to starting a new cycle, like a new romantic cycle or anything, it's like someone having to finalize a divorce before they can truly move on. And I feel like that's something of significance, you know. So I feel like you continue to rewrite your story and live your truth, and allow for yourself to be in this energy of moving into a new direction, not allowing your past to hold you back. And you know, see the interconnectedness of everything. And like I was saying earlier too, if something is not a goal right now because of the conflict and the confusion and the not respecting other people's boundaries, and not seeing that, you know, no matter what your line of work is and no matter what you are delivering, there has to be this respect for who you are talking about and what you are delivering to the public. It just needs to be. So when it's not that, it becomes a lot. So I don't know what it is that may be like delaying a situation from moving forward, or if you need to delay a situation from moving forward, just make sure that you are taking that time to really think outside the box, to understand that, you know, you don't have to be comfortable in order to create the life that you want. Sometimes being uncomfortable, you will better results. Okay, so continue to just keep that mantra in your mind, you know. What's the soul ring activation? Okay. We have the Nine of Cups, the Two of Cups, Five of Swords, Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, Page of Wands. Yeah. See, and I feel like, you know, it's not, it's just, you know, being open to the different possibilities, but understanding that, you know, something is just for someone, and until they find it, or until something, you know, is presented in a certain way, it's just what it is, you know. So I feel like continue to communicate, continue to be in this equality energy. You know, if you are overthinking something when it comes to the manifestations, or, you know, what is going on around you, then take time to breathe. Take time to feel love, the journey that you have been on, and the things that you have had to stop and go and think through before making the next step, you know, or, you know, the next, yeah, taking the next step, the making the next decision, I guess. But yeah, just continue to communicate. Don't be afraid to listen to the truth. But the overthinking, you know, to see what's best for you at the end of the day. What's best for you. How can you be the example? How can you make things work for not only yourself but others? How can you show that, yeah, there might have been some decisions that I regret, but I'm not flawed and I'm not ashamed of who I am or who I was. It's all a part of my journey, and I accept me for who I am. So, that's how you have to be. Know when to and when not to. But okay, Aries, I really do hope you can take something away from this, okay? I am sending you peace, love, and light, and until next time.